Hi, I'm Ubish from the Freedom Geek team, and today we're going to interview Josh Kenneth, who is the director of To Be Property. That it's a real estate business where they find amazing opportunities, they add value, and then they sell them, or sometimes they also keep them and rent them. Thank you so much, Josh, for being here. How are you? And if you can tell us a little bit of a short introduction of yourself and your business, it would be amazing.
Thank you so much. Like you've said, I work in the property industry, or the real estate, if you're watching in America. I find houses that you can make beautiful and therefore make profit. So we find property all over the UK. I have building teams that stretch right the way from the top down to the bottom. So pretty much anywhere in the UK, we can find property, we can renovate it, and we can sell it for profit. I work with people UK-wide using my funds and their funds, and then sometimes we build the profit and share the profit together.
That's amazing. I feel that you have been for a while in this business. And how long you have been working with your VA?
So I've been in the business for around 10 years. I run 3 or 4 different strategies when it comes to property. So that could be letting the property by room, or we could sell the property, or we can turn it into holiday lets. So over the years, we've done lots of different types of deals around property. I've been working with Rochelle, who's my VA, for about 5 years now, I think.
Great. And can you tell us a little bit about how your business maybe changed, transformed when you decided to introduce your virtual assistant? And before, how was the process and what changed? Did it got better?
So once I had a assistant on board, life became a lot better. It was less about me having to deal with paperwork all the time. Because I'm not very good with paperwork, that tends to get left. So when I had Rochelle coming on board, I was able to outsource all the paperwork, which I could do, but I wasn't very good at, so that I could focus on building the business, building my relationship with other people that wanted to invest, and then actually scale my business up. So that was like a revolutionary moment in my business when I was able to outsource that. It would happen when I was sleeping, and I thought, wow, this is the life that I dreamt of when I was creating my business.
I have a question about that. How it was at the beginning when you realized that your VA was not going to be on your same country, on your same time zone, on the other side of the world, pretty much. Was there any concern about the language, about the hours? Tell us a little bit about that.
At first, I was unsure about the language barrier. And when I first did the introduction, I was talking very slowly and trying to make sure that she understood what I was saying. And I was talking about, after I'd finished my bit, Rochelle turned around and said, okay, would you want that on Excel online? Do you want me to attach it to an email and send it to you? And I went, oh, okay, you're really good. And then I started experimenting a little bit with the things that I could outsource. I outsourced everything that I could possibly think of. I gave Rochelle a task to find someone that was local and cost effective to come and collect all my washing and do my washing for me. Because if I'm going to get someone and I'm going to pay someone to do stuff, I might as well outsource as much as I can of the stuff that I don't want to do. I think I set that on like a Wednesday afternoon. On Friday afternoon, Friday morning even, there was a knock on the door. Hi, I'm here to collect your washing. Wow, this is amazing. They took it away in black sacks, and it was delivered back to me Monday afternoon, folded, ironed, everything just went straight in. I was like, this is the life.
That's amazing to hear. Basically, what I can feel is that you're saying everyone should have a VA. What are you waiting for, right?
Absolutely.
How many hours of your formal work do you think that you save when you hire your VA?
Probably a lot more than what I pay per hour to Rochelle, because where Rochelle is effective at creating the documents, she can do what took me a whole day in a couple of hours. So, you know, I'm probably doing maximum 80 hours of work for her, but for me, that's the best part of a week's work. You know, and when I say a week for me, that's starting at 6 o'clock in the morning and finishing at 10 o'clock at night. So it's massively, massively worth it for me, both time and financially. My one rule is that if I'm outsourcing something, the time that I've gained by outsourcing that has got to be replaced by profit generating activities. So I'm not sitting down and paying for someone else to do stuff just for the sake of it. It's actually got to be allowing me to do something that's creating profit within my business.
Now that you mentioned the profit side of your business of hiring a VA, how can you compare that it went better?
So I would spend a lot of time looking for properties that can fit my strategy. And now that's all been outsourced. So that happens while I'm asleep. And then during the day, I will focus on phoning the investors that will invest in these projects that I no longer have to find myself. And therefore, I can spend all of the hours that are acceptable to phone people in the UK, instead of wasting that valuable time sitting on the laptop. I could do that in the evenings, but of course, when you're working so hard, the evenings are valuable, and I don't want to spend my evenings and be back to working 10, 11 hours a day.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys have taken that massive burden and allowed me to accelerate the business massively.
That's great to hear. And I feel that now your VA, it's pretty much an important part of your business. Will you share any tips or strategy that you use maybe to build a better relationship with your VA, that maybe she understands better what do you want, or where do you see your business in at least right now in the next 5 years that you already have been working?
Top tip: make sure you have a video or face-to-face call at least twice a month, ideally week by week, because that will solidly build the relationship. And people that you work with, you want them to know, like, and trust you. Once you've got those three things, you have a solid working relationship that will span decades if you want it to. And at the beginning, I wasn't very good at this. I could still always improve. But the business allows me to give little thank yous to the VAs. For instance, you know, I will send a monetary gift at Christmas as a bit of a bonus for, you know, work throughout the year. In an hourly rate, you know, my bonus is substantial. However, in my business, it's a smaller amount because of the financial differences between the two countries, but also it allows her the flexibility to earn more than she would be able to on an hourly rate in her country, but also have the flexibility to work when she wants to in and around the kids' education and all the things that she has going on in her daily life. So there's give and take, and I enjoy giving bonuses. So, you know, if she finds a property that is profitable and we end up doing something, then obviously there's a monetary thank you that goes her way for that.
That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. So maybe in a few bullet points, what is the thing that you love the most of working with your VA in a few words?
To bullet point my favorite ideas and the benefits really for me for having a VA is the ability to not have to do the paperwork, which sometimes leads to Rochelle in the Philippines correcting my English, which I just think is brilliant, especially as that's her second language, and I struggle with that. So that is invaluable to me. The second thing is have a bit of fun with it. I will be getting Rochelle to do my Christmas shopping for me online. Here's a list of my family. This is what they like. Go and find something. Here's the budget. So if I don't want to, I don't have to traipse around the shops with everyone else doing the Christmas shopping. They will just arrive in parcels. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a gift for your sister for Christmas from you. Thank you very much. As well as creating business, as well as creating a system for the business to be more effective, it's also enjoyable, and you can have some fun with it and be a bit cheeky sometimes.
That's amazing, especially the Christmas part. So for somebody who is maybe hesitant of starting to work with a VA, they already have heard from it, but maybe they are still not sure if that will fit their business. Do you have any recommendations? And also, if they do decide to start to work, what will be a great a strategy to kickstart their beginning with working with their VAs?
I think that the scare factor of working with someone that you've never met and that you're responsible for effectively is enough to put a lot of people off.
Yeah.
But once you have a team like the Freedom Geek that have got rid of all those risks for you and minimize that, it's actually a really, really painless experience, and it will create masses of value for you, provided you can systemize it and you use the time that you have generated by outsourcing for something that generates profit. To conclude, I think that my business wouldn't be where it is now if it wasn't for my VA. I highly recommend anyone, even if they're not in business, gets a VA and outsources all the stuff that, one, they hate, and B, they're not very good at, because it will make your life so much better.
True. Thank you so much. So pretty much those are all the questions. Do you want to share where the people can find you in the social media, your website, also to see your business?
That would be great. As mentioned at the beginning, my name is Josh Knecht. Now, my surname is spelt Knecht. Now, you can search that on Facebook. You'll find me again with my hat. You'll find me on LinkedIn. I've also got my own YouTube channel, which is me running around looking at houses, creating all sorts of trouble, and hopefully creating good content for my viewers. So that is 2B_property. Also the same name, you can find me on Instagram.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this interview. I'm sure that many people will get a lot of value from it, especially with your experience working with your VA. And that's it. Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.